Hello everyone, this is Jim here, just starting another video of some comic book openings. There is no Spider-Man Booth mystery boxes tonight, but I've been waiting for a few of my signed copies that I bought to come in, and tonight I am going to run down. I have 3 of them, and I'm going to open them up so I can show everybody which ones I got. I have a Stan Lee Amazing Spider-Man that I have the very first Stan Lee signed copy. And I also have the Spawn 30th Anniversary signed copy by Scott Campbell, the artist. And I believe I have another Spider-Man signed one coming in, and I'm not really sure which one it is. It could be a Venom. I have a couple different ones coming in, so this is kind of a mystery box slash I know what I'm getting type of opening. I'm going to give a little rundown, though, on a couple comics I bought lately. Just because I'm a fan of comics and I kind of want to show everybody a little bit. I'm really into the new show on Netflix. It's a couple seasons now in the making of the Green Arrow. And I've been really concentrating on trying to complete my whole Green Arrow series. And it's tough because Green Arrow started out in the actually mid to early 40s as a small character in small other comics I found. But it's really hard to find the actual first appearance of Green Arrow. He's actually has first appearances in a few different comics. But here's one that I got, which is a very old comic. This is Adventure Comics. I want to show everybody here. If you can read the caption there, that's actually Superboy and Green Arrow. And that is Superboy telling in his mind that he can't believe that this boy is going to grow up to be the Green Arrow. So I just, to me, that's just an awesome comic right there. This is before Green Arrow, was really established as a character. But if you notice down here, I believe he's wearing a Robin Hood suit. And that's where his green suit actually is derived from. So, yeah, pretty cool right there. That's one of the comics that I've gotten lately. This is probably one of my favorite comics ever. I'm an Iron Fist lover. He's my favorite character from when I was young. This comic book I actually bought when I was young for probably pretty close to that 30 cents, but I doubt it. That's a little bit before my time too, but I would say this is a $1 comic for me when I was young. And that is actually, if you look right here, the very first appearance of Sabretooth. This is one of the comics I'm going to have graded, but this is one of the all-time best comics that I have. The Iron Fist character is a great character anyway, but to have the first appearance of Sabretooth, which obviously is just an awesome character as the nemesis half-brother to Wolverine. Another one here, which is really cool that I got is, and I believe that they are coming out with their own movie this year, is the Eternals. And it's the very first edition of Eternals. I've seen some CGC copies of this going for some really good money. And this is in really good shape. The corners are in awesome shape. I'm just learning how to grade a comic. I just became a member of the CGC site. If you do like to have comics graded, a friend of mine, him and I have been researching this, and if you're a member of the CGC, which is only $25 a year, you can actually send copies of your comics that you want to have graded in through the mail. If you're not a member of CGC, you have to show up to a show to put your comics in, so you're not even allowed to get a comic graded unless you go to a show. So it's worth the $25 a year to be a member of the CGC, and then you actually can fill out the online form and go that route. But that's a pretty cool comic, especially since they're going to be coming out with a series this year. Okay, so I'm getting ready to open these signed comics. I do have 2 other signed comics that I've gotten in the past. One of them I actually received in a mystery box from mysterycomicbox.com. And this one came in that box. This was Hawkeye #1, and it is signed by Matt Fraction, Steve Lieber, and Jesse Ham. So 3 out of the 4 is signed on that. It's kind of a pretty cool cover You know, there's not a lot of action on it, but just the way the city is in the background in black and white, you know, this is probably going to be a pretty good comic to have. Hawkeye is going to have his own movie coming out at the end of this year. With all that's going on, maybe next year, but I do see that one of his movies is in the works. And the other signed comic I did purchase, is Bloodshot #1 because of the new movie with Vin Diesel. So this is the very first copy variant issue, and it is signed by Don, I think is Perrin, is how you pronounce it. But yeah, this is actually the very first signed comic I've ever owned, is this one here. I actually purchased it. But yeah, that's a little rundown of some of the stuff I've gotten so far, but let's get right into this because I'm pretty excited to actually see a Stan Lee signature, which I've never seen in person. So it's not a mystery box, but I do know out of the 3 boxes I have, the one that is in the white wrapper is the Stan Lee. So I have to say that I'm opening it first. Probably should do it last, but I can't wait. So, and of course, whenever you're opening up your comics, if you're somebody who buys comics, you know that they are most of the time overwrapped, but you do not want to damage the comic that's inside, so just be very careful of always unwrapping your comics. I've come close to damaging ones that would have really costed some money, or not even just money. You know, you're not really purchasing your comics sometimes for money. And of course, if it is signed by Stan Lee, I am sure it is going to be ultra wrapped. So that's what we're going to do, is go ultra slow. And now we're down to this. So this is my final untaping here, being very careful with this.
Hello?
So we will start this right here and see what we got. And you're just always worried about cutting anything to do with your comic. Just have to be very, very careful with it. All right. Wow. Stan the Man. The Amazing Spider-Man number 356. Stan Lee right there. That is awesome. Look at the artwork on that cover. Night Thrasher, Moon Knight. Moon Knight's going to have their own series. I believe Moon Knight's character is going to have a series on Disney Channel. I think it's Disney X. But yeah. Wow, that is so awesome. Stan Lee. Stan the Man. Wow. And I just watched Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm a little bit behind on my superhero movies. And I noticed that Stan has I believe he has a cameo in it. He is one of the characters. He's only got a little bit part, but I did notice him in the movie, which was pretty cool. So here I am now starting my second box. We'll check this out. Not really sure which one this is. We'll find out in a second. I must say that the comics that I've been receiving have been just packaged beautifully. So just remember that if you're sending out something to somebody, you know, the biggest thing is your corners and your edges. You want to make sure that it gets to the person in the same condition that it was when you left it. Wow. Look at that. That is amazing. Wow. number 300 Spawn, signed by Campbell. And on the back is my COA. If you're going to buy something that has a signature on it, you make sure that you get something with a certificate of authenticity. That way, if I send this out to be graded with that certificate, that'll go in the signature series for CGC. But yeah, just wow, look at that. Is awesome. Wow. I mean, what a, the Spawn character. Look at that character right there. I hope they come out with another new version of the Spawn in the movies with this new type of, the new type of, what am I trying to say? Special effects. With the new type of special effects nowadays, Spawn's character would be just tremendously awesome to see in the big screen. I mean, the old movie that was out, I'm not really sure what the date of that movie was, the Spawn movie that came out, which was very good actually. But I mean, nowadays, and here's the Stan Lee Spider-Man again, and once again, it has its own certificate of authenticity on the back. Say that 3 times. Pretty awesome. Let's go for the third. I actually can't remember which this one is at all. So I'm pretty excited about this because I'm not really sure which comic this is. I had a few signed coming. Oh, wow. Wow. Tremendous. Clayton Crane. I know Rocky's going to be into this one. Very, very nice. And I believe his signature is, if I remember right there at the top. Clayton Crane. Pretty nice cover right there. These are definitely 3 comics that will be sent out to be CGC'd, especially since they are signed. There's the authenticity certificate that came with it. That's a Venom #1 variant cover, signed by Clayton Crane. Pretty sweet. So that's my comic books, no mystery boxes this time. But I just got to show this again because it's Stan the Man. Stan Lee, rest in peace. Just awesome. The Amazing Spider-Man is such an awesome character. There's the Moon Knight. Going to have its own series. Punisher. Yep, so pretty sweet. Got to show you my Spawn again. Very, very, very nice. Wow. I got to admit, even though the other one is Stan Lee, this is my favorite cover that's signed, though. That is a beautiful cover. But I should be receiving some mystery boxes soon in the next few days. So I'm sure I'll have another video soon, but enjoy all your comicing and stay safe.